Hey everybody, welcome back to Home Gym Hacks and Reviews, the place where equipment isn't just reviewed, it's also hacked. Today I'll be doing a review for the Powertec Levergym Squat Calf Machine. Stay tuned. I'm really excited to announce that my loyalty to Powertec has paid off. I've been a Powertec customer for nearly 15 years, and I've had roughly 20 videos featuring Powertec products. My very first Powertec purchase was one of the old gray power racks and the high-low pulley that could attach to it. I got that from bodybuilding.com when bodybuilding.com sold Powertec products, and you could use the 10% coupon to buy it. If any of you all are old school, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Over the years, I've had 3 of their power racks, 2 of their leg presses, 3 of their Smith machines, 2 of their functional trainers, and many more pieces. So through being a loyal customer and having this channel and doing a lot of reviews for Powertec products, Powertec contacted me and they wanted to get my opinion on the Powertec Levergym Squat Calf Machine. Powertec is aware that I'm extremely reluctant to load my spine. I no longer do safety squats. I no longer do barbell squats. I stick to the Row Rhino and the 2 leg press machines from Powertec. And while Powertec sent me this piece, I am under no obligation to give it a positive review. As with all the reviews that I've ever done for this channel, I am going to be honest and I will not compromise the integrity of this channel. Powertec has 3 standalone leg machines, the leg press, the compact leg sled, and the Levergym squat. I did a review for the compact leg sled. I did another review comparing the leg press to the compact leg sled, so check those out if you haven't seen them. Of the 3 leg machines, the leg press is the most expensive, the compact leg sled is in the middle, and the Levergym squat is the least expensive of the 3 options. If you're on a budget and you want to stay below the $1,000 mark, this may be the machine for you because at the time of this recording, it's actually below $900. Here is my latest product from Powertec, the Levergym Squat Calf Machine. It arrived in great condition, and it arrived very quickly. The Squat Calf only consists of 2 boxes. So far, this is an excellent packing job with nothing sustaining any damage during shipping. And here is the larger of the 2 boxes. Again, everything is in great condition. It is obvious that a lot of time went into packing this product. So for example, these are handles, and each handle is wrapped. Here is another example of how well this piece is packed. These are duplicate pieces, and here's one that I've already opened, and here's the one that I haven't opened. And we have all of this styrofoam here at the end to make sure that this part didn't get bent during shipping. Here's everything laid out, and everything is in perfect condition. I'm extremely impressed with the quality of all of the pieces. The shoulder pads seem really dense. Couldn't be happier so far. Assembly 1 looks pretty straightforward. It's a lot of steps, but it looks like very easy steps. And there's the touch-up paint that Powertec always includes, should I tear something up in the process of putting this thing together. Step number 1 is complete, and it took about 17 minutes. It was extremely easy. Assembly 2 was very easy. It was just putting on the calf block and the platform. And I want to go back and point out one part in step 1. There's a plate that goes under the piece. Make sure that you put that one on. And then the next step is putting the arm on. To put the arm on, I put this bolt through, and then I put this bolt into the bolt that goes through, and then I tightened it so that this bolt would go in easily, because it initially starts off with a bit of a gap on one side. Assembly 3 is now complete. That was a really easy step. Now it's time to put the weight horns on and the shoulder pads on, and then I'm done. Before I connect the shoulder pads, I want to show you that there are 4 holes there and 2 there, but there are only 2 bolts that go on this end and only 1 bolt that goes on this end. This is so that you can shift this pad depending on your shoulder width. Everything has been put together. The only thing left to do is to go back and tighten up all the bolts, but this piece is a beast. It's very well made, and I always like when I finish a build and there's no hardware left. Here is the finished product. It took me just over an hour to put this together. It was easier to put together than the leg press and the compact leg sled. I have never used a machine like this, and for anybody who follows my channel, you know that I no longer do back squats. I only do belt squats and leg press and the compact leg sled. So it'll be interesting to see how this feels. It is designed and the movement looks a little bit similar to a pendulum squat. So again, my first time ever using this piece. Just some initial thoughts, and keep in mind I am extremely cautious about my lower back. Oh, it feels good. No stress on the lower back. It's smooth. No pain in the knees, ankles. I like it. And to copy a phrase from that other guy who does reviews, this thing is beefy. Next up, let's check out the calf function. And that feels really good also. The closest I've ever come to using a machine like this is using the Levergym to squat, and I already, just right off the bat, like this a lot more than the Levergym for squats. I'm going to walk around the machine and point out some of its features. First off, there are 5 feet that make contact with the ground for added stability. Overall, it's a pretty compact piece with the length being 58 inches, the width being 55 inches, and the height being 61.6 inches. The starting weight for that arm is 30 pounds. The max weight capacity for this piece is 500 pounds, and the shipping weight was right at 200 pounds. There are 2 posts right here to store your plates, but also with plates on there, the machine is more stable. They are standard. I would prefer for them to be Olympic. There's a rubber stopper on each one, so you don't have metal on metal. Here's the foot plate, the calf block, which can be moved into 3 different positions. Stainless steel weight horns, which I definitely appreciate, and because they're angled, you don't need collars, so it adds a little bit of a safety element. Here are the handles. The shoulder pads are really comfortable. Here's the safety mechanism, so if you reach failure, your arm hits that rather than bottoming out. And this is the pin that you push in to start the movement and that you pull back out when you're done. Some other measurements that you may be interested in: the calf block is 16.5 inches by 3 inches. The plate is 26 inches by 14 inches. And each weight horn has 10 inches of loadable space. The welds look really clean throughout, and Powertec has a limited lifetime warranty on the frame, and different warranties apply to different pieces of the machine. After having the machine for a few days and getting familiar with different exercises and body positions, I was ready for my first real workout. I used ascending warm-up sets, starting with just the arm. I have a mirror over to my right to check my body position, because the optimal body position for this machine is to keep your back as perpendicular to the floor as possible. As I continued my warm-up, I moved up in weight, and I also moved the camera around the machine to show you different angles and to show how my body is aligned when I'm doing this exercise. It's very easy to switch between squats and calves, and right in the middle of warming up, I went to some calf raises to stretch out my calves and ankles. Because they are fairly tight, and the angle of this plate works perfectly for me, because I don't have to raise up on the front of my shoe because of my tight calves and tight ankles. I have found the widest stance on this plate works best for me, but of course you can assume a medium stance or even a narrow stance. I don't know if it would make the machine feel more effective than what it already does, but it would be interesting if there was a pad that went all the way down to my lower back and it was designed exactly like a pendulum squat machine. There was a time where I would put 4 or 6 45s on an Olympic bar and do squats, but those days are behind me. It's just not worth the risk anymore. If I were to sustain a lower back injury doing squats, I would be out for at least a week. So I wasn't sure how my body would respond to 6 45s on this machine, but I was pleasantly surprised that there was no pain whatsoever, and that's just simply because of the mechanics of the machine. Next, I've taken off all the weight to show you worst case scenario, so someone reaches true failure during this movement. So at this point, I'm as low as I would ever go, and I still haven't hit the safeties. So it would be nice if the safeties were adjustable, but they're trying to fit people of various heights, so they are where they are. But if I were to bottom out, this is how low I would have to be. Although this machine doesn't have a band feature, adding bands is pretty easy. Always be careful when adding bands to a machine. Make sure that you have weight on the plate posts, and start with a light band before you go up to one of the more difficult bands, because I don't want you to flip the machine over or do anything that would hurt you or the machine. There are other exercises you can do with this piece other than just squats and calf raises. One of my favorite is the shoulder press, because I really like this neutral grip as opposed to this grip. Another awesome exercise is a lunge, and what makes this unique is your front foot is angled. So I've I feel this more in my hamstring and glute. Another exercise that feels really unique is to face away from the lever squat, but you will need a partner to help you with this. So when you push away, your partner will need to push that pin, and then you can perform the movement. And I like the way this feels because at first it feels unique. Secondly, it feels more quad dominant than facing towards the lever squat. And then when you're done, your partner will have to pull the pin back out. The calf feature on this machine allows you to get a deep enough stretch to where your heels won't hit the ground. And this block is adjustable in case you want to move it farther away from the lever arm. And of course, you can do one leg at a time. You can take heels in, heels out. I have 3 pieces of equipment that I feel would survive an earthquake, a tornado, a hurricane. 1 is the Rogue Rhino, 2 is the Titan Fitness HPND, and 3 is the Powertec Lever Squat. And while it's not a barbell squat, I personally never thought that I would have 645s on my shoulders again, but with the way that this piece puts your body in alignment, it is possible for me, someone who's very cautious about their lower back. Powertec has carried this machine forever, and it's one of those machines that I stayed away from because I was afraid to place this much weight on my shoulders, but obviously that's not a problem. I experienced no lower back pain, no knee pain, no ankle pain, and it's one of those machines that I never knew I wanted, but I'm really glad that I have. Powertec has 3 standalone leg machines, the leg press, the compact leg sled, and the lever squat. If I had to rank the 3, I would probably put the compact leg sled at number 1, this at number 2, and the leg press at number 3. However, in some time, this one may grow on me even more, and this may move into the number 1 spot. Right now, my quads are on fire, my hamstrings are on fire, my glutes are on fire, so it feels very effective, and the fact that it doesn't cause any pain is phenomenal. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you found anything in this video helpful, please consider liking the video. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, please consider becoming one. You can find me on Instagram under Home Gym Hacks and Reviews, and a friend of mine told me that I needed a catchphrase at the end, so I'll try one. If your equipment lacks, I got the hacks. Take care, everyone.